Alexis Fawx, what is going on?
Woo! Hello.
We finally got there. We finally got there. The two of us are not going to be starting a tech company anytime soon, are we?
Oh, definitely not. Definitely not. That's for sure. Thanks. Both. Like last time me, like whatever. But we're on now, so that's all that matters.
We're here, exactly. We're here. How are you keeping?
I'm doing well. I'm doing very good, actually. Is that how have I been throughout this entire time kind of question, or just how am I keeping today?
Well,
today I'm absolutely amazing. I've been doing I've been pretty good this entire year, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How has COVID affected the adult industry, actually?
Well, I mean, we did shut down, in the beginning, and we were shut down for several months and stuff like that. And I'm contracted with MindGeek, which is browsers and stuff like that. So they really held off until they felt that they had a particular protocol that was extremely safe for all of us and all the members. Everybody was safe. So we were out for, I guess we were doing self shoots at home, but back to work where we were actually on set. I don't think it happened until, end of August, September maybe?
Okay.
So that part, but this is we're very lucky in this industry, especially those that have been in and created a brand. And, people might want to say this and that about OnlyFans, but let me just tell you this. I've been able to keep my employees paid, even if they weren't at work. Yeah. I made sure that everybody was eating. I had people that depend on me, and I was able to provide that throughout this entire time. Yeah. It just plugged into what I was already available to me, which was, those OnlyFans sites, the merch sites that I work on, just dive deeper into that. And it was very beneficial, and I'm glad I was able to do that. And it's something I want to continue to do. Along now, we're getting back to shooting. So now it's like refinding that balance of holy shit. Now this is now momentum and picking up. And it's been so great to be back to work and be on set. And I really miss my colleagues. I miss my people. I miss my friends, you become friends with people because you work with them in such a, quote unquote, intimate manner. And, it's great to see people again.
Yeah.
And we're, we are already tested, the standard is the 14-day test for, our list of STDs and such. Mm-hmm. Now we just add COVID to that. Yeah. And I pretty much test sometimes at least 4 to 5 days a week.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I have to have I tested yesterday. What did it say? Monday? No, I tested this morning. I'll test again tomorrow. I'll test on Wednesday. I test on Thursday.
Jesus.
And then I am flying, so I'll test again for precautionary reasons. And, I'm pragmatic. So for me, if the tests are available, if I can pay for it, whether it's, if you can't, I think tests should be cheap. But I think tests should be cheap and free or whatever. That way, get rid of the stigma, get yourself tested so then you can feel comfortable going back to work or feel comfortable that maybe the people that were at work also were tested, and that at least you're doing everything possible to live in a pragmatic way to kind of get back to work and live and provide food on your table.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah. Hey, listen, I've got a confession.
Yeah.
So I must have gone through about 4 boxes of tissues in researching for this podcast.
Oh my God! Were they small packs? The travel size?
No, the big rolls. So
they're on sale, they were super thin. I'm fucking with you.
But one thing I wanted to ask you, Alexis, was the name Alexis Fawx. I love it. It's very original, and my initials is BJ. So imagine if I was BJ Fawx, that would be so good, wouldn't it?
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, my name just, sorry, I was drinking a protein shake.
Oh, good.
Yeah, my name, gosh, I had to come up with a name. After I did my very first scene, which was a Dancing Bear 10 years ago, a little over 10 years ago, actually now, Dancing Bear in Miami. What a thing. I got offered to do my first boy girl the very next day, which was kind of like a rare thing to do because it was so reality based, you know, like how does this reality bride go in and do MILF soup the next day or whatever. But anyway, it happened. And so I had to come up with a name. I was like, hey man, like you're in marketing, what's a good name? And he said like, you know, and kind of play on like AF, you know, there's Air Force, and you know, the first initial of my real name is A, and you know, it's just like easy shit, and it's fun. It's a play on words, you know. Alexis, it was like originally like Fox, you know, but a different way of saying it or spelling it in a different way, which always turns into Fox, and whatever. It's all good. It's fun, and I like the way it's spelled. So it's not spelled like, you know, normal or whatever, and it's kind of cool. And it has like a little, you know, a little thing to it, I guess.
Yeah, it's cool. It is cool, and I suppose. So as you mentioned, you've been in the industry now for 10 years. So I suppose, and now you're known as kind of as a MILF.
Yeah.
But like, at what stage in the porn industry do you go from being like a normal, or not normal, you know what I mean though, like I keep digging but you know what I mean.
Oh, you're gonna need another tissue, but for another reason, sir. I'm just kidding. Yeah. I'm fucking around.
Shit.
Well, first of all, when I got in, I was already classified as a MILF.
Okay.
Because I didn't start out when I was 18. You know what I mean? I didn't. Okay. And really, honestly, you can.
What age did you start at?
Like some of these young girls that end up, you know, they decide to get big boobs, or maybe they're just naturally big breasted, or whatever. Will sometimes in their 20s get classified as a MILF just because of the big titty thing.
Okay.
So that's why, like, you know, when the younger ones are like, I think I want to get a boob job, I'm like, no, hold on to it for a while, you know, because you can make your career even longer. Yeah. You know, playing like the, you know, the college person or whatever, you get it.
Yeah.
But you know, hey, that's it. That's when people like it. Sometimes I find out someone played a MILF and I'm like, what?
Like, she's 22.
She's 23. You know, whatever. It's just whatever. It's just gonna be probably your individual look and your style and how you carry it, and you know, all those cool things with it.
Yeah,
and stuff. And then there's, you know, some that look, you know, can play the college woman, and they're real moms. So you never really know.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
Of course. Yeah, no.
Who cares?
Who cares? Exactly.
Like I'm not like you know, it's a niche. You know, I play a role. It's a character, and it's just part of the whole thing. You know.
Yeah, no, I get you. And in terms of, I suppose it must be quite a fun. Well, I'd fucking love it. If they're looking for any Irish guys, middle-aged or whatever, boom, I'm there, right?
I'll send them our way.
Yeah, absolutely. But like in terms of, it must be like when you've obviously got friends who are working in kind of mainstream jobs, and people who are going, oh, I fucking don't want to go into work today. Fucking my boss is giving me shit, and then you're going, hey, I'm going in fucking someone, and you might fancy them or whatever. You're like, this is fucking brilliant.
I love my life. I really do. I mean, honestly, like, yeah, my it's, you know, obviously my work is fun, you know. Yeah, of course. Like it's not that it's just like, and it's not that it's like super easy all the time. It's not. It's like, you know, it's entertainment. You go on, you know, you got to turn that switch on, you know, no matter what's going on in your personal, you got to turn your switch on, you know, it's part of being professional, right? So you're constantly on, you're constantly entertaining. I mean, you know, I answer all my DMs. So like, I'm in contact with my fans. I'm on social media. I'm, you know, creating content. It's a lot. It's not just, you know, simple like, woo, like whatever, but it's so worth it. And the reason why it's so worth it, you really learn to become an entrepreneur, a businesswoman, or man. And and you can really create your even other passions and dreams work for you and make those dreams, happen for you.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, I have a coffee business. I, started a cannabis friendly comedy show / variety show that now is a podcast.
That's awesome. What's it called?
Highest Fawx.
Highest
So it's the
Fawx.
Highest Fawx show.
I love it.
Yeah. And then the coffee is High AF Coffee, high altitude for coffee. It's like my slick way of having Alexis Fawx in there a little bit, without being too blunt about it. But so I'm able to and then I'm also really big into traveling. So now I'm able to take my brand and now I write for TripAdvisor and Google Review and these other things. And because I'm writing it under my brand, Alexis Fawx, and people are interested in what Alexis Fawx does, it automatically jumps me up to the top 10% viewed. Yeah. So it's in their best interest. Like when I'm traveling to a new country and I'm like, hey, whatever, that looks a lot of fun. Would you want to collab on anything? Whatever. And it works out. And then all of a sudden, now you're getting paid for, paid advertising, or you're getting, perks while you travel. It helps with the travel expenses. I'm also doing content every place I go, whether it's, for my private sites or content for my public social media. So all that's written off.
Yeah.
So do you see what everything can be monetized?
It all clicks
That's
together.
Your passions and dreams. So I work a lot into all of it, and I love it. And I just had someone ask me today, it was when do you sleep? I sleep, dude. I go to sleep at 8:30 at night. I just get up early. I just get up early, and those hours early in the morning has really changed my life, because those early hours in the morning kind of can really set your tone. I'm always thinking, how can I improve my morning routine? Because if you improve your morning routine, you're really improving your entire day.
Okay, yeah.
And setting your day up, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, for me, I get up at between 5 and half 5 every morning, and I find, you know what, Alexis? I actually find that if I'm up early in the morning and whatever, I'm operating best until about, let's say, 3 or 4 o'clock. And then they're not my best hours after that then, because I'm very much a morning person. I get up, I get in my workout early, and then I go, and I feel like I'm so productive early on in work. And then kind of after 3 o'clock, I start getting that slump. You know what I mean?
Well, I think everybody does. You have to understand your blood sugar is also dropping around that time as well. Yeah. So if you're a coffee drinker, most people in most coffee shops around the world relatively will be more busy between 2 and 3:30 probably than than lunchtime.
Yeah.
Because everybody's blood sugar from lunch, from whatever they ate at lunch, is now dropped.
Yeah.
So they need that little instant pick-me-up to finish out their day.
Gotcha.
But you have to understand this. We're conditioned to think that we have to work through these fucking weird-ass hours. Now, you are a morning person, so if you work and you get your shit done between whatever time and whatever time, so fucking be it.
Yeah, I agree.
That's your best time.
I agree.
Take the rest of the day off and do some we need more balance in that life, work, whatever balance. We have to find that.
For sure.
Or we need to find stuff that we are so happy in doing what we do. Hello, like me.
Yeah,
it's
true.
Yeah, it's like, holy shit, I started a lot of stuff. I hope I can keep up. But that's why I've got a great team with me. I've got a team, man. And that's and they are, they're everything to me. They make me look fucking great in the other things that I do. They help me get the shit done. You know what I mean? So I'm super grateful for them.
That's good. And I had somebody else who was from the adult industry. I had Sylvia Sage on the podcast a few months ago. Sylvia was a lovely girl. And she was
on my comedy show.
Oh, was she? Yeah, she's in the comedy too. Yeah, she's great. She's great. And basically I was chatting to her about, I was asking her about the whole Ron Jeremy thing that's going on at the moment. And she didn't have the nicest words in the world to say about him. And she said basically that she wasn't overly surprised. And I suppose my question to you is, I suppose, first of all, had you had any dealings with him in particular? But obviously, in the very recent past, we've had the Me Too movement in Hollywood. And we've had a lot of people coming out, I suppose, going at people like Harvey Weinstein and people like that who are taking advantage. So, as I said to Sylvia Sage, I can only imagine if that's happening in Hollywood, what's happening in the adult industry and what people, you see, you've been in the industry probably for a long time, but you can probably remember when you just started out, were people trying to take advantage, or did you come across that much? Or
Well, I think also you're looking at different personalities, different people growing up at different times. And when I got in, I was already an adult
yeah,
with a history. Like I've been in the military, I've moved
okay.
out. Like I wasn't like I've had other jobs. I know what responsibility is. I wasn't coming from this reason or that reason, or because some agent saw me in Starbucks and decided, oh, I think you'd be great at sucking dick on camera. Like, it's different. It's different when and so I don't know. I don't feel like I get asked all the time, da 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 da, and I'm like, well, you have to understand, I'm just not the target.
Yeah.
Because my experience and my journey has been completely different than
I get
someone who, I get it. But this is what I have to say, and this is what I say to the young folks or younger women and young men that come into the industry is like, hey, you have your phone in your hand all the fucking time, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you get in a situation that you're not 100% about, excuse you to your bathroom, lock yourself in the bath if you feel unsafe, get that phone out and start texting, call the police, call your agent, call your best friend, fucking call me, whatever you need to do, do it there and now.
100%.
Just leave. Just pick your shit up and leave. You can
say,
do that.
I don't feel this.
And I think we need to build more empowerment in women to know and help them become stronger, and that way maybe they're not going to be so sought out by people that are just not a good people. Does that make sense?
No, it does.
And I'm not saying that's the victim or that person's fault, but
I'm with you.
Them gain a lot. I mean, I'm coming from a place of where I have a lot of self-confidence, and I kind of come in that way where you're going to tell, like, I'm just not going to do certain things. Like, no, you're not going to make me do that, dude. Like,
yeah.
Like, it's not going to fucking happen. Like, I will dom your ass. So my perspective's a lot different, and I would love more mentorship for the younger adults, giving them a person that they feel safe, that they can ask whatever fucking question. Hey, my pussy smells like this. What is it? Well, here's my doctor, and this might be what it is. Or my dick looks like that. Send me a picture. Okay, well, you probably want to see, go to this doctor or whatever. Or this happened on set. How do I deal with it?
Yeah.
Different things like that, or hey, I'm on set right now, I'm not really feeling comfortable, blah 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 blah. And also, I also look at this. Never in life, if you're not at 100%, say no to it, because that 1% can and will eat at you.
Yeah.
So be 100%, and remember, like you hire your agents, and so if you're not comfortable doing this or that, don't do it until you are. And if you never are, then that's fine. Yeah,
absolutely. Like,
not everybody in this industry has done anal. Like, not everybody in this industry is I don't know if I'll be doing a ton of gangbangs or anything, or anything like that. And anal is really new to me. So it's like, it just took me a while to come around the corner and be like, okay, I'm willing to try this now.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, absolutely.
Like in my 8th year and 9th year in. So, you don't have to. I'm just using that as an example. I find a lot of the new girls are like, yeah, throw it in the ass, we're cool. So, again, we're growing up under different circumstances, different things are going on in different people's lives. Like, again, at 18, I went into the military.
Yeah.
So, a total different person.
So what led you from the military to porn?
Well, the military was just another step in my future. Just got me out of my small town and set me onto helping me, get out of my small town, have a job, travel a little bit, learn to be more and more independent. Gave me, again, self-confidence, self-esteem, taught me a lot how to set goals, how to achieve them, how to get shit done, and how to work as a unit, and also kind of stand your ground about things. It wasn't, it wasn't a career. It was never going to be a career for me. It was just a step in a direction for me. Yeah. Like a lot of things. There's like colleges, and I went to, so I went from the military to college. from college. I graduated with a degree in physiological psychology with a specialization in neuroanatomy. And from there, I went from Maryland to Florida, and I lived in Florida for 17 years. And in 17 years, I did a lot of fucking cool shit. And grew up. It was like having a second growing up period. It was actually really fucking cool if you really think about it. Because like I got there in my mid-20s and I left there, you know, God, when did I leave there? God, I was there for a while. Yeah, so you can probably do the math from there. But anyway, yeah, so it was like, you know, like I left my home at 17. You know, I moved out of my parents' house at 17. So 18, was in the military. You know, doing another 17 years in another state was like growing up a whole another period of life.
What?
And it was good. It was so many things I learned, and so many, it was just fucking awesome. And then I only moved to Vegas to be closer to LA because that trip from Miami to LA was just getting too long.
Okay.
And you know, it's a jump back and forth. I can go to LA in a day and come back in a day. It's 45 minutes. I don't have to be so far away from my dogs for so long.
Yeah.
You know, it's really nice.
Yeah. No, I get you. And in terms of like when you were growing up, were you quite promiscuous, or was this just something where you were like, you hit the military and you're like, yeah, fucking, like, because that's obviously
no, I liked to fuck when I was younger, but you know, I was just that type of person.
Yeah.
I was always like a free spirit. That's all.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, it wasn't the military. In fact, I probably had less sex in the military because the guys in the military are a bunch of douchebags, but you know, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
These are the ones on my base. I'm not saying all everybody.
Where are they?
But whatever, dude. But no, it was yeah, it was cool. And then I also went to college while I was in the military, and I had that whole experience, and it was good. I had fun. If I really look past all over the years of my life, like I have no regrets whatsoever. I mean, I went from like dancing in the clubs with the New York club kids to being in the military to fucking doing porn. Like, who does this shit?
Yeah.
Me.
You.
To like having a coffee business. And I just got some really great news about my coffee today, or pretty good news. And
hit me.
Oh man, I want to, but I'm the kind of person, I'm just gonna wait, you know, can I just keep praying? Or I'm not religious, but like meditate and pray and put good things into the back, like just be a good person, do more kindness, pet an extra dog today, tell someone I love them. I don't know. All those things that it goes into the right direction, that if everything goes really well, that's going to be a really good move for my coffee. And
good. I hope it goes
so
great.
Just put out the good vibes, and then when I'm ready to make that announcement, I will. So,
I'm rooting for you.
Yeah. I mean, it's really exciting, but I think that it's always best to kind of move in silence, and that way you can kind of deal and navigate everything more clearly than having pressures from the outside. Yeah,
I got you. Do you find okay, first of all, are you in a relationship now, or are you single?
No, I'm single.
Okay, so
I'm single as of right now.
Okay,
but
so
I'm the kind of person I probably fall in more like a polyamory type of situation.
Yeah.
Just because it's kind of like, it's more comfortable as long as everybody's honest. It's a really good situation.
Yeah. I'm with you. And do you find that, okay, say you're out and about. Okay, I've got two questions here actually, right? So first of all, do you find that because you work in the adult film industry, and you're obviously like, you're fucking for a living, and then like that you're there going, say if you're out in a bar with your friends and some fucking Irish podcaster is hitting on you, and you're like, get the fuck out of here. Now, do you find that you're kind of going, you know what? I mean, I don't really have a fucking interest in kind of having sex now because I'm all fucked out for the week or whatever, or no?
No. I mean, the fucking that you do on camera is, I think, different than the fucking that you do off camera. At least
it's completely different, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, like a lot of, you got to understand. We come in, I more likely know the person's wife or boyfriend, and it's like, hey, how you doing? We've been working with each other for the last fucking 10, 5, 6, 3 years. It's, it's lined out. I mean, sometimes like, hey, can you make sure you hit these positions? You know,
Okay. Yeah.
no one fucks, you know, no woman's really like, oh yeah, let me do reverse cowgirl, because it's really not that comfortable and whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all done, you know, a lot of the angles and the positions are done so that you, the viewer, can have the view of the penetration of what's going on.
Okay.
You know, it's very, you know, and it's done that for a reason. And it's about our job to make that, you know, to bring that fantasy of whatever that is, that the dialogue or the director or the producer hired us to do. You know what I mean? I'm not there like, yeah, you know, I'm paid to be someone's stepmom for the day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's my character for the day. That's what Alexis Fawx is playing, stepmom. Alexis Fawx is playing doctor, teacher, this person or that person. It's fun. I get to be a different fucking character all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's exciting. You know, it's like multi-personalities. It's fun for me. I'm a high energy person, so I like that. You know, my first quote unquote more acting type of role in the adult industry was for Wicked, and that was The Preacher's Daughter, and I was so fucking nervous, but that was more like the more acting thing that I did. And I fell in love with the acting part of it. I love getting dialogues and being like whatever character I can possibly be.
Okay. Yeah.
It's dope as fuck.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
And so now I'd imagine, because I'm just being me here, right? But let's say I'm out, right? And let's say, and it's not because, okay, so let's say I approached you in a bar, right? And if I was like, hey, what do you do? And if you were like, I work in the adult film industry, do any guys go like, oh, fuck? And I'm not saying, oh, fuck, because you work in the adult industry. I'm thinking, oh, fuck, am I going to match up here with Derek's big dick down the road who's fucking, you know what I mean? And people are going like, oh, fuck. Yeah, like, I'm not really going to match up here, you know?
To be honest with you, I rarely get approached. And
What?
I think it's because I don't go to bars.
Okay.
I don't. And I've been told that I'm just like, because I think just, I put off the persona of just being very independently happy, that it's very like independently happy, very like, that can, I guess, is sometimes intimidating for a lot of men to come up to. Also, if I do get asked, I don't really just say I'm an adult. I just say I'm an actress and a model or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm really low key.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm out and about, it's because I'm having my personal time.
Okay. Would you get recognized much when you're out and about?
Sometimes, yeah.
And do you ever have any, or have you ever? Obviously, you've been in the industry a while. Have you ever had any kind of fucking weirdo fans that are?
Yeah, I mean, it happened in Miami more so than anywhere. Like people like just showing up at, you know, like just really oddly, like finding out, I don't know, like where I'd be and stuff like that without me even posting was really odd. But and that was even like really like just, God, that was in the start of Twitter, I think. Jesus. But yeah, I've gotten recognized a lot. I mean, especially when I used to drive the Bang bus and stuff like that. Now I get recognized more in airports than anywhere.
Really?
Yeah.
And people that
and I have the sweetest fans. It's like, you know, I'm still a small town girl from Pennsylvania, you know, like that's just never gonna leave, right? But so it's still like, I'm still astonished and still super shocked that like I get recognized all over. And it's like so cute.
All
like some
over.
People are, yeah, all over. And it's so cute because like some people are so genuinely like nervous to meet me, and I'm so like, I mean, I look partially homeless in my yoga pants. Like I'm just happy I'm dressed. I made it to the airport, like woohoo, like whatever, you know, my hair is barely brushed. So I'm very, and then when they do meet me, they're like, wow, you're just so down to earth. But like it's really cute and it's really genuine, and I'm really honored. Like that's pretty fucking cool. It really is. Like, I just, you know, like if you would have asked me 10 years ago or 11 years ago, I was in a total different place. So I would have never imagined this.
Yeah.
And it's been a really wonderful career for me. Like, I just have a very positive experience.
Yeah, no, that's cool. You see, I think, and from the two people that I've spoken to, both of you got into the adult industry at an older age when you probably had your head screwed on and you made a decision going, okay, I'm getting into this. And it was kind of probably a career decision. Whereas let's say you're looking at an 18-year-old who's just coming out of high school and they look to get into porn or whatever. I think sometimes somebody might be doing it for because of circumstances or whatever. Or sometimes if you're getting into the porn industry, if you're just out of school or whatever, like sometimes people might go and then they regret it and then they go, okay, I actually want to go and do something else. But then once they're in it, then obviously everything's out there. And I suppose that's the kind of difference between, say, like yourselves and those people then, you know?
I mean, yeah, it's just another, I think, okay, it's an adult industry for a reason. It's called adult.
Yeah.
So if you're like, I don't know, I think that I personally prefer working with 21 and over because I feel like those couple years do make a difference in in life in general, regardless of what you're doing. In most, not everyone. I mean, there's some really, like I was pretty mature at 18. I was joining the military. I've met some very mature, career-minded that are still in the industry that started out at 18 and they're phenomenal careers, in the industry and stuff like that. So it's not, I don't mean that as a blanket thing, but it's an adult industry. We got to make adult decisions. You have to understand this is the internet. Once it gets out there, one time, it's out there forever, regardless if you have taken it down.
Yeah.
So, either people are doing it for free on their Instagram showing their shit, or they're going to get fucking paid for it. And I say get paid for it. So you have to make that goddamn decision. And I think that decision has to really come from you. And I mean, for me, I'm a very go-getter and I'm a risk taker, and I'm just like, fuck yeah, I want to have control over my time. I want to make money, and I want to have a career, and I want to have a life, and I want to live it. And that's what this has done for me. And that's what I've been able to do for myself because of it.
But you know what, Alexis, you know what I find funny? And I find funny sometimes you get some people who are like, you're stereotypical, and when I say the word feminist, I mean that in a negative way. I think feminist in the true meaning of the word is somebody who it's empowering women to do what they want or whatever. But then you have feminists give porn stars shit because they're degrading women and whatever. But it's like, this is the fucking
totally opposite. They don't get it. They don't understand
but it's a fucking contradiction because, like,
it's a total contradiction.
Yeah, because you are empowered. You're doing what
I wasn't empowered by being hired by a man in a fucking suit at a paralegal job. I was empowered by hiring my fucking self to be in control. I have a very good, I think I just have a different outlook. I mean, this is, the difference between on-camera sex and off-camera sex is true. I look like, technically, sure, intimate is both, right?
Uh-huh.
But for me, intimacy is much deeper. There's layers to that. I have intimate conversations with my friends on the phone. We're having an intimate conversation of sort. Are we having fucking? Are we doing any of that? No.
Hey.
You know what I mean? But like sex off camera, there's a connection. You actually, there's feelings. There's different things involved in it. Like there's not a camera. You're not doing it for angles. You're not gonna be like, oh, let me get a paycheck and leave. There's a lot of more things into it. And I'm in control all the time.
Yeah.
I have my boundaries. If I don't want to do something, I don't do it.
Yeah.
No. If I don't want to work with someone, I don't work with them. It's, if I, and just the same token, if I would like to work with them, I politely, make that, known through an agent or whatever, like, hey, I would love a scene with this person, or I set up the content or whatever. It's all professional. It's not, and the reason, like whatever, it's just different. I don't know how to just, it's just.
No, you're right. You're right. On like, that's something that, like, I had a conversation with somebody recently and they were actually.
I don't have feelings at work.
Yeah. No, I know. Yeah.
I go in and like, hey, what's going on? What are we doing today? Okay. Yep. I got the script right here. All right. Okay. Hey, it's nice seeing you again. Woo. How's everything going? Okay. Ready to start? All right. I'm going to go clean my cooch out. So see you in a minute.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah. No.
Like, are you doing that at home when you bring in a girl from the bar? Hey, honey, the douches are in the back. I'm going to go clean my junk with a baby wipe. Like, what are you fucking doing?
I do that. I fucking do. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go to the bathroom here. And then I'm like, fucking personal hygiene, you know? You can't be going in with a fucking...
Oh my God. I got a drink of water.
No, but in terms of, okay, so I was filming something last week for a TV show over in Ireland, and basically I was having lunch with somebody who was a feminist, and one of her, I suppose, comments on the adult industry was that she wanted to, obviously she didn't know a whole heap about it, but she was basically saying that she wanted more restrictions being brought into the porn industry, making sure that it's consensual and whatever. But like, and I suppose my argument was from talking to yourself and from talking to...
We're on camera. We have to sign off on paperwork.
Yeah, a shitload. It's all done like legally and everything, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I mean, like I said, like I'm contracted with MyGeek and everything like that, and Brazzers, and you know, we're on camera and like we go over. Have you worked with a director? Have you worked with, we establish a stop word or a cut word. You know, usually it's cut or stop or whatever the person wants to make it, or you agree on it. Like if we yell cut or stop, then everything stops. Everybody's aware of it. It's all on camera. We go over our do's and don'ts, our boundaries. We go over the script, make sure everybody's aware and okay with everything in the script. We're on, we get asked questions. Are you, basically, are you here on your own free will? Like, and so you're asked these questions in the beginning and you're asked these questions at the end, and you're asked if you're on any drugs or alcohol, if you're being forced to be there, your age, the date. How much more consent do you need? You're talking about fucking adults here.
Yeah.
I am perfectly aware at my goddamn age, everything that I'm getting into.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
And I understand that.
Yeah.
And so just because they're uncomfortable with it, well, you go in your little corner and you be uncomfortable.
Exactly.
With it.
Yeah.
I'm not on you about it. I'm not saying, well, you're a little fucking cowardly bitch. I'm going to let you go in your corner and let you think about yourself. Yeah. I'm going to go on about my business because I stay in my own lane. I don't give a fuck about you.
Yeah.
That's why I don't really get like shattered or fucked. Like if I don't care if I don't give a fuck if people like me or not. I love myself. Yeah. I know who I am. And I've got a great, like I said, I've got a great team of people that are like more than just my team. They're like my family and they're beautiful people. It's just that.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the things you mentioned there was obviously that some of the questions you're asked about drug and alcohol and whatever, and I suppose not to do with the podcast, but I've spoken to people, some of whom are quite well known in the adult industry over in the States in private conversations before, and I know that some of them, I suppose, had struggled with substance abuse in the past in terms of opiates and things like methamphetamine and things like that. Is there people, and again, you touched on this, is there people where you've kind of come across over your 10 years in the industry where you're going, I'm not fucking working with this girl or this guy because fucking I know what they're doing in their private life or whatever, and it just doesn't sit well with me?
We have that right to do it. It's our body. It's our choice.
Yeah.
I have to, because I'm sorry.
No. I suppose my question is, have you come across people, like, let's say people are using drugs with needles or something like that?
Oh my God. If I knew for sure if that's an absolute thing, I would, that might be. But I think we kind of spot that out. I've never come across anybody that's using needles or anything like that. But I do look at people's social media and I see how they're acting on that. Now everybody can put a facade up and be a completely different person in their private life, right? So I do understand that there's that, and that could go both ways. But, I think like a lot of people allow their mask to fall off, from time to time, and you can kind of get an idea. Like there's people in there that, if I don't like their use of calling a woman a complete bitch or pissing on them or putting them in cages. And I might take that person and put them on my no list because I just don't want to be around that energy.
Because they're a dickhead. Yeah.
Yeah, in my mind, I don't think they're like, it's not my term to call them a dickhead. What I'm saying is I can control that energy that I'm going to be around. And that energy would make me feel very uncomfortable. So why would I put myself in a situation that I'm going to be uncomfortable in?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I just put them on my no list. I don't need to be around it.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
You know, I mean, that's how I look at it, you know, and you know, it's no judgment on their fucking life. I'm not there, but I can choose what I do, and that's what I will do for me.
Okay.
But it's no judgment on them. I mean, fuck, I'm not their age. I'm not living their life. I don't pay their fucking bills. I'm not fucking feeding them. I'm not financing them. I'm not doing anything. If that's their life, that's how they're living it. Bye. I can close it off. And that's really, I mean, I just mind my own business and get on with it.
Yeah, no, I get you. And okay, I've got 2 more questions for you, right? Mm-hmm. So in terms of, if you had to have, now this is a mad question, and they can be dead. You can bring them back, right? Mm-hmm. So let's say a celebrity gangbang, and you get to choose the people. Who are you picking? Let's say 4 guys.
Christian Bale. Jesus, I don't know.
Jesus.
No, not that. God, I don't really like look at movie stars, or I'm like a really odd person. Like I think I think Christian Bale's hot, but I've always thought he was hot because he has that cool accent. But like, I don't really know anybody. I don't like saunter. Like because I don't even watch TV, so I'm like, I don't know. Like,
yeah.
That Aquaman guy is hot. That's kind of hot because he's kind of burly and manly. I like that. He could be in that.
What about any singers? Tupac and Biggie.
You know who I think would fuck really good is D'Angelo.
Really?
He has really great songs. You ever listen to his music?
Yeah, like
it would be like that. Ooh. Like, you know what I mean? That good slow stroke.
Yeah, well.
I don't know if you know what I mean or not, but I know what I mean by that. And it's like we can turn the lights down low.
What about the weekend for the folk music? I think the Weeknd's the best folk music. No.
Really? Nah, Thievery Corporation, dude.
Who is it?
Thievery Corporation.
I don't know.
Well, you need to look it up. You'll stop listening to the fucking Weeknd. You'll throw that shit in the trash. You'll be like, ew, what was that? Oh. We just won't talk about that chapter of my life.
Okay.
You'll start fucking totally different.
I'll get better. I'll fucking last longer, will I?
Oh, you'll feel good. You'll be like, God damn, this is good. Make that eye contact. It's really,
Go, yeah. And okay, last question. So give me 3 things where you think that guys, the 3 things that would jump into your head where you think that guys could get better in bed. What's your 3 most important things?
Eat pussy better.
I'm good at eating pussy. Okay.
Okay, well that's your opinion, sir.
That's what. No.
I'm gonna ask those ladies.
Yeah, you are.
But that takes communication with your partner. So if he's not eating pussy right, maybe you need to communicate it.
For sure. Agree.
And be a good listener on the other end, and that goes both ways, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say definitely communication. I know, it's probably like whatever, but I mean, communication. If that's worked on in the bedroom, then you can pretty much. Sex just gets automatically better. Yeah. With open communication, like you can say, hey, I like this, I don't like this. Are you willing to try this? Yes, no, maybe so. Blah, 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 blah. Threesomes are great. Three things. What did I don't even know what the question was. I forgot already.
So you've given me 2. So you've given me communication and eat pussy better.
Oh, for men. And, just figure out our love language, like attention to details, doing things that we don't have to like ask for is really nice. Yeah. The effort.
Going the extra.
Words don't mean shit to me, dude. Like I'm going to be watching your behavior patterns.
Yeah. In terms of what you mean, like the behavior patterns?
What do you mean?
No, like what do you mean by you're going to be watching behavior patterns?
So like, okay, you know, I garden and stuff like that. So you want to master the art of observation, especially if you want to really understand the reasonings or maybe the logic or the intention behind something happening, whether it's in nature or in human nature, right? So if you just sit back, I don't believe words, and even actions can also be disguised, right? So, but what doesn't get disguised is a person's behavior patterns, whether they'll do certain things. You just have to be observant about it before they lie, or as they're lying, or as they're doing something nice, or you know why they're showing up for doing something. Then you just have to remove yourself and observe it, and you'll be able to figure out if the person has the true intentions or not.
Yeah, I got you. Like watching people's subtle tells, like people looking to the ground if you ask them something, or
yeah, well, yeah, you can do it that way. You know, subtle details with that. And people are you have to understand, people are taught from a very early age to lie with their hands in their face.
Okay.
Right? You ever go, like, you have your mom lay down, okay, now we're going into grandma's house, put a smile on your face, you have to put your stop your bitching and complaining, you know, and you didn't feel like being a child. You're like, fuck you, mom, but you can't, right?
Yeah.
Okay, mom, hi, girl. Like, soon enough, then you're just playing into the role. So we get taught from an early age, but there's a lot of other subtle cues, and it doesn't even, it's behavior patterns is that same behavior over and over and over and over that happens.
Yeah.
You know, and it takes time and patience, but when you become like really observant and like look at your, like I have a garden, so like rewatching the plants and the ecosystem that's happening, it helps me decide, okay, what my plants need, more or less, what's good, what's bad, maybe I need to do something different, plant a different companion plant in there.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, it's all about, it's more about the patterns will tell you a lot more than words or actions, always.
Yeah, I got you. No, I agree. And I think I do agree about looking at people's behavior. I find myself, I do that a lot, especially like I don't know, if you think that somebody's lying to you or something, I can always I'm always get really laser focused on, okay, how are they actually behaving here and stuff like that. And there's subtle tells that you can always know from people, you know. But when are you coming to Ireland? Who knows?
I love to travel, man. I love to, and I don't even know. I mean, if it's open to travel, man, I definitely would love to come to Ireland. Probably when it's a little warmer out, I would imagine.
Yeah,
when would be the best time to come to Ireland if one does?
Okay, so Ireland.
I'm a nature person, so I want to be outdoors. I want to see the things. I want
listen
to
to this, right? Okay, so listen to this. So so the city that I live in is called Dublin, right? But I was seeing a girl from New Orleans, go back 5-6 years, right? And she had never been outside of the States before. So she came over visiting me, and I was in Dublin, and then I brought her down to the west coast of Ireland. So the west coast of Ireland is the Ireland that you imagine. It's like, when I say like remote green cliffs, like cliffs which are like 200 meters high and everything. And I brought her down there, and we were on the edge of a cliff, and I was like, look out over there. And she was like, what? And I was like, the next stop is New York. And she was like, what the fucking, it's like, it's the most beautiful. And these tiny little bars that they have, like,
that sounds wonderful.
And the fire's on in the bar when it's cold, and it's just, listen, this is brilliant. But to answer your question, May to September is obviously the summertime in Ireland. Now, the thing about Ireland is we do get a lot of rain, but you can get lucky or you can get unlucky with the weather. But I mean, that's probably the best time to come and visit Ireland. And
that sounds like a really beautiful experience. How's everybody doing in Ireland with everything going on? Are you guys open, locked down? What's happening?
We're on level 3 open at the moment. We went to level 5 shutdown for Dublin, was in it for 6 or 7 weeks because obviously a lot of the population of Ireland live in Dublin, and or it's the most populated area anyway. And then in terms of now, kind of the bars and stuff are open, but with a lot of restrictions, but cases are starting to go up again. And then I'm looking over in the UK. You have over in the UK where like lots of cases are coming up now in London, and London's going into some kind of a lockdown now, and same in Germany. So look, bring on this fucking vaccine is all I can say, because I think we're all sick of this shit now. Am I right?
Yeah.
I think
I
so.
just hope there's a lot more questions asked about before they put things in people's bodies.
Yeah. No.
Needs to be like a lot of testing needs to be a lot more done, and
Yeah. No, I
make sure
agree.
it's super safe.
Yeah, I agree.
Because if you're going to be injecting, especially older people, you know, that could possibly potentially, I mean, people that get, you know, the flu shot sometimes get the flu.
Yeah.
So,
What a
and they could,
fucking
and
crazy
they're,
year.
so it's like, shit, you know, just make sure that, I don't know.
What a
I think we're in a weird time,
year.
huh?
Yeah, we are in a weird time. But listen, thank you so much for
Mwah.
joining. If you ever come to Ireland, you hit me up and I'll tell you where to go. And listen, enjoy your week.
Okay, thanks.
You're a legend. Thanks so much. Thanks, Alexis.
Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.